learn anything. You know, they, say
that's
kind
right.
of like
You've told me in the past.
the
I
rope
remember.
dope is what I like, you know. Lets him think you have a vulnerability, shows him a weakness, and then gives him the.
Being tied against
And then when they go for it, you know.
No.
Well, pow, yeah.
Hey, Jean-Claude.
Yeah, wait.
The gentleman over there would like to talk to you.
Yeah, which one's that one?
The one behind me,
Hey,
yes.
Gal,
Oh,
you know
come
what his
on.
name
I was
is?
about to challenge Monsieur to a fight.
He's not gonna fight you.
It's
Yeah, because he's scared.
Barry Bogan.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's not going to try to kill me with a whole bunch of people around, so.
No, I will
You
put
better
one
I
go.
will
right through
shoot
his
him
head.
if I have to.
I will also do that.
Bonjour, monsieur. Do you want to speak with me?
Jean-Claude, I'm unarmed. I come in peace.
Yeah, well,
How are
Okay.
you, sir?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Monsieur Bogan?
Well, I came here to send a telegram because I was told to get out of Valentine and not come back. So I came here and then I saw you, so I hope you don't mind me waiting to speak.
No, I appreciate you being respectful now. They take care of your horse? Did they get it back up in there?
Yeah,
Back there?
it was just you shot him in the ass, and that's why he fell over. But I haven't been riding him hard. I've just been walking pretty much.
Oh, well.
So he'll be fine. He'll be fine. They tell me I've got medicine and I have to dress his wound, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, I might say you look a little bit better. Are you a little less angry than you were?
Very much so. Look, I'm a bit of a hothead sometimes. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hothead sometimes. I don't mean to lose my temper. Sometimes I do, and it's not an excuse. It's just something I got to work on. But
We all have things that we have to, none of us are perfect, right?
yeah, of course.
I
Of
mean,
course.
I am very imperfect myself.
Look, I was in Valentine earlier on, and basically, I don't know if you can give me back my weapons, but I basically wanted to get at least my lasso and my knife back so I can hunt and so I can feed myself. And the deputies I spoke to have been very disrespectful. The deputy, I didn't raise my voice. I said, look, Jean-Claude has respectful conversations with people, even people that have shot at him. He's still respectful. And they told me just to shut my mouth and get out of here. And then I said, I think I did lose my temper a little bit. I called one of the deputies a fuckhead, and he knocked me out with the butt of his gun. And so I got medical attention, and then I tried to leave town, and they were just mouthing off, saying that they're glad Billy Joe is dead, being disrespectful, and so I just left town.
They shouldn't be saying that, monsieur. I apologize that you had that experience. I understand when, I understand sometimes, I see kind of a little bit of both sides of that.
I mean, he wasn't. We can all agree he wasn't the greatest of people, but I just don't think you should speak disrespectfully about people that are dead now. That's my stance.
I don't disagree with that. Okay. Regardless of how I feel about Monsieur Barber and what he did, he's still a human being. He still had friends, and he still had people that loved and cared about him. I totally I respect that. See? It is why.
Yeah.
That I'm sure that they took his body, I'm sure, up to Raven's Last and sent that telegram and, they treated his, any possessions that he had on him, I'm sure, with respect. I mean, I think I heard Devin says, not Devin, Lucille.
Lucille, she got out. Well, I got Rosie first, and then I thought it best that Devin or Lucille take Rosie instead. They knew Billy just as long as I did. So, and Lucille's got a lot of his things, like his weapons and stuff. It's very important that she got those back.
Yeah. Can I give you a piece of advice to pass on to her?
Sure.
As it relates to that account. And I don't mean, please don't read this as a threat or disrespect, okay? But
Sure.
it is, if you use a weapon to shoot at deputies and harm deputies, we have the right to confiscate those weapons. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't have to give them back. Okay.
Yeah.
So my advice to her, first of all, is to not be coming after deputies and shooting deputies. I know there's some hard feelings, okay, but there's I'm not under the disillusionment that I'm ever going to convince you to stop robbing people or stop robbing stores or whatever you. I mean, you make those choices at your life, okay? But whether you do violent crime and taking hostages and threatening to kill people, threatening to kill me as a deputies, and then, whatever that was the other day up in Valentine, whether I caught you by, creeping around trying to rob the robber, or you were after me, as you said, to try to grab me and, to have you tell you information. Okay, I mean, as always, why don't we see what we can do about de-escalating a little bit, okay? I think
that was exactly my point in Valentine today. I was like, why don't we just try and de-escalate here and try and calm them down? And they basically all but spat in my face and told me to go fuck myself.
Yeah.
So I held back and I swallowed my pride and I walked away.
Now, I commend you for that, okay? Sometimes it is all of us can be susceptible to a little bit of a temper or pride or what have you. And,
of course.
Pride, I think, is probably the greatest killer out here on the West.
We're all men and we all have egos. We all have egos, and I think that plays into it a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a deputy for, let's see, this is 9 years now. So I've been a deputy for a long fucking time. That's why I don't put up with a bunch of bullshit, I run it by the books.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm a hard man, but I'm a fair man. Okay? You give me an opportunity to be fair, I will be fair. But I will follow the facts as I investigate and where they lead me. And, and I will try not to prejudge situations, but I also do, people that lie to me have a reputation of lying to me. It takes a long time to restore some trust, and
once bitten, twice shy. I totally understand.
I mean, and I'm sure you treat people the same way. You say you're a man of your world. Okay, I too am a man of my world. Does it mean that I am perfect? No, of course not. I'm not perfect, but I am.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's the way I kind of treat the world.
Anyway, why don't we see what we can do to de-escalate this whole circular violence that we find ourselves in? Okay, I mean, if
I prejudged you. I prejudged you before I got to know you a little bit while I was in the holding cell last night, and I told you straight up, whilst I was being held last night, that you sound like a fair man, and I misjudged you, and I actually think you're a good man. And this isn't me trying to kiss up to you right now, because I said the same thing to you last night before you sent me off.
Yeah, you did. So I don't take it as I take it exactly as you are intending it. Okay.
Yeah, well.
And I appreciate that. I want you to also understand that it was in my right last night, and the sheriff even argued for it to charge all of you with accomplice to second-degree murder times 12. Okay, which means you still being fucking sissy here, right?
And I appreciate that you didn't.
Okay. I did not charge you with that. Okay. I took your word for it, and Monsieur Dessa's word, that the intention was not to kill us and to ambush us at the robbery. The intention was to perhaps try to figure out, who killed Billy, and you can understand why no deputy is ever going to tell you that, except for me. I would tell you. And I do not mean this in any disrespect, but if you pay attention to my words, you will see some truth in it, Monsieur Bogan. The person who killed Billy Joe Barber was Billy Joe Barber.
I understand that.
You understand his choices.
You're saying he made his choices led him to that.
That is what I'm saying. Okay,
and I'm gonna give you my word. I'm gonna give you my word on something right now, Jean-Claude. As far as you and I are concerned, you're never going to have a problem with you and I directly involved with each other again. You and I never... I've drawn the line. You're never going to have a problem from me again. When I see you, I'll say g'day and I'll keep it moving. But,
I mean, if you want to stop and say hello and have a further chat, that's fine. Okay, I'm a good guy when I am not wounded and backed into a corner with my life on the line.
Yep,
okay?
Absolutely.
But I don't take threats lightly. I tend to believe people. You know what I mean? I can't afford not to. And on
I
the other,
understand that.
okay. Well, you know what? Let's move over here. I'm fucking.
This horse is.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Is I cannot afford if someone tells me they are going to cut my fingers off and force feed me and make sure that I don't walk out of a place alive, I believe them. And then at that point in time,
Yeah.
it informs my other interactions with them until I have a new data point. So I am going
Yeah.
to take this as a new data point, Monsieur Bogan. Okay.
I
But
appreciate that.
I don't want any more of this riding out after deputies and everything. You want to? I'm under no disillusions that you're not going to go out there and live your life and do crime and, you know, whatever else. But I hope that whenever we come to each other and we come into contact, that we can use what we have been through as a point to where we can at least be civil to one another and try to make sure that people don't get don't get hurt. But you start pulling bullshit like I'm going to blow the fucking hostage's head off and and all of this, then now we're going to butt heads again, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. And in regard to that, I was a desperate man trying to get our friend back who we thought he was going to go to Sisika and die in there.
You know, the sad.
Turns out he died anyway.
What I was going to say, the sad reality of it, Monsieur, was if you had allowed that to continue and not hurt all those people, Monsieur Barber would be alive today, and you probably could have correspondence with him. And who knows, if he goes to court and he fights the charges, perhaps some of them are not, don't hold up in court. Maybe he is out in 10 years instead of a life sentence.
Yeah, I agree. It is what it is now, and he's gone.
Yeah.
So,
All right. I'll tell you what, Monsieur Bogan. I never, ever do what I am about to do. Ever. All right? I will give you your guns back, including your Lamont.
well, I appreciate that. And like I said, you have my word. I'll never, ever, ever, ever point a gun in your direction ever again.
Okay. All right, Monsieur. Follow me over to Valentine, and let's. I will get you your things. I have them in my bank. Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Let me say goodbye to these people. All right?
Take your time, no rush.
All right, folks. It was good to see you.
Fight me, please.
Oh god.
No, I'm sorry, Monsieur.
Literally
Yeah,
fight me.
yeah.
I will commit a crime just
All
so you
right,
can
well,
fight
I'm
me.
just gonna fucking.
All right, Mademoiselle Whitedown, it is good to see you.
Can I give you a hug?
Of course. Just don't squeeze my left arm. Thank you.
It's always really nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Okay, ladies, you're beautiful enough.
All right.
I know
Okay.
I'm beautiful.
Hey,
Take care.
Jean-Claude, can you help me out here?
Yeah, we of course.
Let your man fight his fucking battles.
Yeah.
No, not while he's
Saying.
injured.
Appreciate
fair
you all
enough. He
doing
was
this
keeping
here
them
on
above
Nothing
the belt.
Town.
Yeah, I mean, hell.
Darling.
Ross, you're gonna
We're
build one hell of
right
a
about it.
reputation letting a
Oh,
woman
we're
fight
good.
for you.
Oh, still,
Yeah.
Hey,
motherfucker.
listen, I didn't ask
Okay.
for her help. And she needs to know that I don't need help unless I ask for it.
Hey!
Okay. Oh, you're pretty strong, you know. All right.
Bye.
Appreciate you all
Jean-Claude.
not doing this in town, huh?
No promises.
All right, come on, shitty horse.
What am I, huh?
By the way, Monsieur Bergen, how did you kind of get into this life? Anyways, I've always been fascinated about that.
I was literally in Saint Denis one night, and I was walking around trying to find my horse when I stumbled upon Billy Joe, who told me to stick my hands up. And he robbed me of my gun. And anyway,
He robbed you of your gun, and so you sat there. You know, this is the kind of assholes that I want to hang out with.
a day later, I was in Rhodes and I saw him, and he goes, "Hey pal, here's your gun back. And then he said, how do you feel about the law? And I said, oh, well, I don't feel any way about the law. I don't dislike them. I don't like them. And he said, do you want to, come with us and go hunting and stuff? And the friendship built from there.
Yeah, very interesting.
So pretty much everybody that's in the Nameless at some point was robbed by the Nameless. Even Devon, who married Billy, was robbed blind by Billy.
And by the way, you know that I was the ones that came up with the duckling name, right?
Yes, I knew that. Yeah.
Billy Joe told me. He said, I'm going to keep doing this until you give us a name. You're supposed to name us. So I was sitting there and I was writing in my journal, and then I said, duckling. Yeah, that's about the least frightening things I can think of. So let's call them the ducklings.
That's I don't think he liked it too much, hence the Nameless name.
Yeah, well, no, I figured that I didn't know him very well, of course. I mean, the sad reality is the first time I really got an opportunity to talk was when he was in that jail cell in Armadillo, and it was unfortunate that the civilians there would not leave me the fuck alone so I could do my job, but finally when they did, I got to talk to him a little bit. He was quite the storyteller. I see he's a very charismatic fellow. I see why people would be rather enamored with him.
Well, for all his faults, he was a very caring and good man. Unless
you were being robbed by him or like being a hostage,
We did have
not very considerate of others.
I can't speak this for all the Nameless, but we did have rules. We wouldn't rob women riding on their own. We wouldn't. Sure, we took women hostages, but it was a bluff. We're never ever gonna harm them.
Really? Yeah, but you understand we cannot treat it like stuff. So
Of course.
And the reality is, just speaking frankly, is the bottom line is if you put a bullet in that hostage's head, I fill the place up with fucking lead until no one leaves, right?
Yeah. I understand.
And even if you do manage to get away, there's a first-degree murder charge coming your way with that, and that is an offense of store robberies. It seems a little like most people should respect that. That's the kind of trouble maybe they shouldn't. That was a little more than they bit off. I understand there's some gangs that are just going to be hard murdering sons of bitches and they don't care. But the vast majority of people, they generally react to that. So it's not quite as powerful a hostage as you might think it is.
Yeah, I understand.
Because at the end of the day, I can work with only so much, and at the end of the day, if you pull the trigger, and I cannot save the hostage, and you pull the trigger on that hostage, you're going to die. Either I'm going to kill you, or the system will eventually catch up to you, and you will be hung. It is just the reality of it. And the judges will not be too lenient at that point in time. I've seen it happen.
No, of course. Yeah, of course.
Even in this state, I have seen that happen.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that happen to you and to Miss Quinn and to Miss, Devon. Devon, I sold her first horse in state after the storm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Devon in a few days.
I was quite put out when I learned that she was riding with Monsieur Barber. It was I learned about it. I think you all, maybe you were not there, but it was in a confrontation we had up in Valentine. I was already aware that I was in a pretty vulnerable spot with a recruit, and I'm sorry, no, I was by myself, and she came up to me and she said, we talked, and I said, hello, how's the horse? And she said to me, she said, in a real low voice, she said, Jean-Claude, I'm so very sorry about this, but I have to. And at that point, I spurred my horse as quickly as I could. I saw Monsieur Barbara at the corner of my eye, and I knew that either I was getting robbed or shot right there. Says some sort of rite of initiation. I was none too pleased from that point down.
Yeah. Yeah, my initiation was a store robbery. I walked in, that was in Van Horn, which I did time in Sisika for, which eventually caught up with me.
Kind of a hard place to get away from, if I must be honest.
Yeah, not many places you can go.
No. But I will say that probably some of the most creative robberies we ever see occur in Van Horn. I mean, there was one time a group of pirates that all got into a canoe and they paddled, and they were yelling and screaming at us the whole time, you know, and we didn't have any boats or anything. And then they were stupid enough to start shooting at us, so I gave the order for all of us to shoot the boat.
Yeah.
What do you
Did they
think?
get away?
Well, no, they barely swam to shore. But let's just say that the canoe went down pretty much. I mean, imagine three or two Evans and a Lancaster pouring holes into a big, canoe, and the only things they had was, either they go out into the deep water, or the boat is going to sink, and they move it closer to the shore. So they stopped firing, told us to, ask us for a ceasefire, and swam to shore, and we pooed them all out. I think one of them had to have a deputy recruit, give him mouse to mouse, because he was. Oh, I now remember he had like onion breast or something. It was very bad. Anyways, we saved him and stuff. I tell you one other thing, I want you to think about, Monsieur, especially as it comes to. Bonjour.
Hello. John Claude.
Anyway.
Was that Allison?
I have no idea. But especially, I want you to think about this, especially as it comes to, conversations and things with other outlaws and what have you. They're running back. Hang on. Anyway, bonjour.
Oh, that's Jebediah.
Okay. Well, so the one thing I want you to think about as we, as you talk to other people is consider that every time that we do end up in a shootout, and it doesn't matter who the criminal is, okay? Every time, our first instinct, generally speaking, unless you're the most terrible bastards that ever walked in New Alexandria, murdering and butchering people. If you're the first thing we would do is we would get you to a doctor. We would try to save your life like you saw us do with Miss Queen the other day.
Yeah.
Right? And with Charlie, So anytime one of them says that we are a bunch of fucking, dickheads and everything else, I mean, some of us are. Some of us act that way sometimes because, people are not listening to us and we must get people's attention. Or we are wounded already and it is, and our lives are in danger. But consider that is our instinct. Right? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I kind of pooped my pants right there. They fucking got me. I didn't even hear the horses riding behind.
I had no idea. I kind of flinched myself.
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
fair.
All right. You flinched as well. Okay. All right. So we are even. We don't speak about this to anyone.
No, yeah.
All right. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My instinct is not to is to make sure that I do my best to try to save your life regardless of what your choices were.
And everybody should be able to respect that at least.
Right? We may disagree on a lot of different things, but I think if you and some of your friends can keep that in mind, it will go a long way to you may not. I get that you may not like me, and we never may be able to be friends, but we can respect each other.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying back there is that, you'll never ever be looking up or down the barrel of my gun ever.
All right. Well, I will hold you to that then. But you understand, if you run from me and Lawrence, I have to chase you.
Oh,
But
of course, it's your job.
but I will. If you're not threatening violence to me or to my other deputies, not shooting us down, not hurting hostages, preferably not taking hostages, then you will not have to worry about me shooting first and shooting you in the back. Now, when you earn a reputation, and you ambush me, hurt my deputies, tell me you're going to fucking kill me, you earn what you get, right? What a strange couple do we make walking riding into town, huh?
I know, they're probably like, what the fuck? It's the original Odd Couple.
Really? And by the way, are you, I mean, I am not from America, I'm sure you could tell I am from France. And where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Australia.
Hey, I want you to be honest with me about something.
What?
What,
Sure.
okay, I mean, there's an open matter that does have to be settled, Monsieur Bergen.
Yeah,
Okay?
sure.
All right, the deputies that got shot in Valentine a couple of days ago. Right, it was an incident. Was Chamberlain was there, and there was another deputies that got shot. All of that. You know what I'm talking about?
Jonathan Perk.
Okay, he's the ones that put
He's the one that did the kidnapping. I stood there with my hand. I was trying to de-escalate it when Triss came into town,
Okay.
and then she just kept escalating it. She was real mad, screaming and hollering at us, and that's when Devon shot at everybody.
Okay. So
And I took off. I left town, and that's when I was mouthing off at Triss, and she told me to leave town. I did not once draw any weapons.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what I would recommend. All right, but I would defer to you, even though one of my very close friends that I care about in the past greatly was the person hurt. Okay, I will, in the spirit of our new partnership, I will extend an open hand in this matter between you and I. I cannot make the charges go away. Yeah. I imagine if I go back and I look right now, there's probably a warrant. All right. If you want, I will go and look, and I will tell you what the warrant is. All right. And what it is about and everything, and I'll take a look at and review the charges. If you want, you can turn yourself into me. I will make sure that you get all of your guns back. Either way, okay? But if you decide that you don't want to deal with those charges and can't right now,
I'd rather deal with you and those charges than anyone else, to be honest. So,
all right.
Let's go do it.
Okay, all right. I don't know if if a warrant has been created for it or not, Monsieur, but I would go take a look. Okay, and I think it is a right move. It sounds like you want to have a, you want to.
I will be fighting. I will be fighting that in court.
Okay, all right, and that certainly would be your right to do so. I'm completely uninvolved in the incident, other than the warrant itself. Okay, and I'm happy to take a statement from you that is in contrary to the, if that is the case, and then it will go to court. So I can even tell you what the bail money would be on that. So you can actually bail out now, and then I don't have to send you to Sisika if you plead not guilty. Okay.
Okay.
So let me let's do this first. Let's go over to the we'll go over to the bank, and I will get your weapons out of there. Okay.
All right.
And then I will give them to you, and then if you wouldn't mind, just put them on your horse, so that way you have them.
Right.
Okay.
nobody can get into my saddlebags? Can
No,
they?
no.
Okay.
Now, if you
Yeah,
try to
good.
get into my saddlebags, my horse will kick you.
All right. We still look like the odd couple.
Anyway, yeah. Now, who would have ever thought we actually go into the same bank together? Don't get any fucking ideas, okay? You know me, I am
He's gonna
not.
rob the
okay?
place. He's robbing the place,
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, right, don't get any ideas. All right, Jean-Claude, here's my key. Okay. Yeah, let's go back over here and I'll give these to you.